Storylines are going to be crazy. You got one team looking for the three-peat, which is awesome. It's never happened before, right, in the NFL history. Then you got one team that's been the punching bag of the NFL for years.
That's why I'm saying the Detroit Lions are the best team in the league. I was at the last game against the Titans, and Jared Goff had 13 yards of offensive passing. The score was 42-6. Have you ever seen anything like that? We will hit you offensively, defensively, special teams. We will do that. We're built different. We're built this way.
So you are addressing the Kansas City Chiefs like, oh, they haven't really beat anybody.
Blown anybody out. You haven't blown anybody out. Why is
that? They have beaten the I'm thinking the Saints by double digits, and I think the 49ers by double digits, right? Everybody else has been a single point game.
Yep.
And
welcome to the Gridiron, guys. Great to have everybody around Buck with Man Hour. Make sure you subscribe to Man Hour. He covers all the NFL. You just did the AFC on Thursday and the NFC on Friday. Make sure you give him subscribe. And then we got Nate the Great. Wow. And we got Donnie, my co-host. Hey, you guys got matching t-shirts.
Just got my shirt today, baby. It took 2 weeks, but
you guys should be like stepbrothers. I'll put you guys together right there. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Congratulations, Buck, on your team winning the game today. Congratulations. Give them a big hand. I didn't think they were going to be able to do it, but
yeah, the referees pulled it out for him today.
Well, I think yeah, Houston, like you can see D'Amico Ryan's in the coaching, and that wasn't very good. You know, how many penalties was it? 1 to 8 penalties. Talk about it there, Buck. Talk about your team first of all.
I mean, really, the Kansas City Chiefs have been kind of been on the same path all season long. They're not going to blow you out, but they're going to win any way they can, whether it's on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's offensive side of the ball, whether it's special teams. It's just they are very, very well coached. They're a very veteran team, and it shows when you play a team like the Houston Texans that are up and coming, very, very young. And I just think the Texans looked a little tired. Like, what was it, in the second quarter when they missed that field goal, would have tied it 6-6 with about 5-6 minutes left in the first half. I mean, that was definitely very heartbreaking, and I think they definitely couldn't bounce back from that.
Nate, what did you think about the game today?
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic Chiefs game. I mean, it's ugly, but they find a way to win. I mean, it's kind of the same mantra the Lions have been doing. Dan Campbell's been harping over and over. You just got to find a way to win the game. The reality is when you play the Chiefs, you have to score touchdowns. When the Lions beat the Chiefs or in the first game of the year last year, they scored touchdowns. They didn't kick field goals. They went for it on fourth down. The Texans played very conservative. That field goal at the end was stupid. They should have just punted the ball and put Kansas City back. That defense has been playing lights out. You don't give Patrick Mahomes a short field. I just think the Texans were just out-coached. You know, the OC for the Texans, I don't know what the hell he was doing. I mean, Spags is running circles all over him. Like, if you're going to send all-out blitzes, set a screen, you know, get some hot routes going, like get something going. Don't just get CJ Stroud killed every time. And he had no answer. And D'Amico Ryans looked dope. He looked like it was a lot for him to deal with.
Well, Nate, was it the second or third drive? CJ took that hit to his knee, and he was definitely not the same.
He took a lot of hits, man.
Yeah, but it was the second or third series. He took that hit on the sideline, and he got like his leg hurt, and he would and the whole offensive scheme changed after that.
Yeah, but you can't block with tight ends. Sorry.
When is the NFL when are they going to start taking Travis Kelsey playoff version serious? I mean, this guy should be double teamed. I mean, once he leaves the linebacker or whoever's covering him, he's wide open. Come on. I should have took that bet earlier. Touchdown, Kansas City wins. Would have won a chunk of change. Yeah, you got to cover the guy. If he continues playing like this next week, may not be much of a game. It's amazing how a tight end can change the offense.
Well, even on if you think about that, he was the only core player to touch the ball for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the one receiver had a catch as Xavier Worthy was that little 5-yard slant route. Travis
that was nice.
The whole offense, yeah.
Nice.
But the Chiefs didn't break 200 yards of offense till late in the fourth quarter. So yeah, I mean, me personally, I overlooked the Texans all season long. Their defense is top notch. They're ninth overall. They're I think they're sixth in pass defense, if I'm not mistaken. They're a very, very good team, and they got a bright future ahead of them.
Right.
Yeah, the problem is that when you're going into a dogfight with the Chiefs, you have to be able to score points. It's just simple as that. If you can't score touchdowns, you're not going to win games, because Patrick Mahomes is going to find ways to get in the end zone. He's got Travis Kelsey, he's got Hunt, he's got Pacheco, he's got guys who he can get in the end zone. The Texans had plenty of opportunities in the red zone to score. They just couldn't do it. They kick field goals, and that's just not going to happen. That you're not going to beat the Chiefs like that.
Well, and if you think about this, even if the Chiefs don't find the end zone, they have the best field goal kicker in the NFL, and he is going to not miss. Like I said earlier, the Texans lost that game because they missed that second quarter field goal, and then they missed the extra point, right? Which was a 13-12 game, like at that point.
That was huge too. Yeah,
those are game changers.
Definitely.
So as we prepare for the Commanders Lions getting ready to start here in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, I'm sure you guys are picking all the Lions to win. But Donnie, let me ask you this question. How do you expect the Lions to win? Is it going to be through the passing game, rushing game, or is their defense going to lock down the high-flying Washington Commanders offense?
Well, I believe with the Lions offense, I believe it's going to be a mixture. I believe we're going to run, we're going to pass. With them having the 30th ranked defense against the rush, I think in the second half, you're going to see that right there stand out when we're just pounding it. My prediction, I don't know if Darcy wants to give them later or not, but it's a big margin, man. We're ready. I don't see us losing this game, and I'm not disrespecting Washington because that's a hell of a quarterback. He's great. He's good. Can they upset us? Absolutely. If we do the wrong things, Washington can win. But to me, that's what it's going to have to take.
Yeah,
we're going to have to stub our toes.
Jared Goff can't have that game like in Houston have 5 interceptions, right?
I don't know if he can throw 2 picks like he did against Minnesota.
Yeah, he needs to try to have a clean game. But the thing about it, and I said this in my podcast about this game, if the game is close, the Lions are in big trouble going into the next matchup, because Stafford's going to come in hot as hell, wanting to take away our chances of a Super Bowl. And Philadelphia is going to run Saquon crazy against us. And if we struggle against a Commanders team who has a rookie quarterback, yes, the quarterback is good, but he's still a rookie. And honestly, their offense doesn't scare me at all. Their defense is bad. Like, this should not be a close game. If it's a close game, it's going to favor Jaden Daniels, because if there's one thing Jaden Daniels is for sure good at, is winning close games and having the ball in his hands. And we don't need that to happen. The Lions need to put belt to ass right off the get-go and put this guy in a hole deeper than China and show that, hey, we're not playing. No one's coming into our house and taking away what we're right for.
Yeah,
right. So go ahead, Mike.
So the one thing about the Commanders is that last week, Jaden Daniels was 85% of their offense. On the rushing attack, passing cap, they could not rush the ball at all versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't know why, because I thought
couldn't run against them.
Well,
that was their one losses.
Like, it is like the whole second half, they just abandoned the run. It was all Jaden Daniels. And what, like you were saying, Nate, Jaden Daniels is a rookie, but you have to understand this. All of these rookies now coming out of college, they are experienced veterans. You no longer have those 21, 22-year-old quarterbacks. They're all 24, 25, 26, if not 27 in some cases. They're all paid to play. They are all experienced. So you can take the rookie label off of all these young players now, because the rookie label is out the door. Those are for high school kids now. So with that being said, though, if this game is a low-scoring game, I'm talking 17, 16, underneath 20 points, I think it favors the Commanders more, because they are 6-0 in one-score games with 10 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, is that this game should not be close. The reason why Vegas has this line so high is the same reason why y'all beat the Texans. These are not teams that are on our level.
Yeah.
Like when you're favored to win by 10 points, that means that you're damn good, because the average margin in football is less than 7 in games. So if you're giving you around 10 points, that's saying that we don't expect this game to be close. We expect to take it to them early, and it'll be a fill-out period. There's no doubt about it. It always happens. But I think the Lions will do the same thing the Chiefs did. The Chiefs woke up and said, hey, we're playing the Texans. We got a better team. We got better offense, better defense. And they took belt to ass, just like we're going to do the same thing.
So I want to ask you guys about Bobby Wagner. The Commanders give up 4.9 yards rushing. Damn.
That's a lot.
Run the ball 3 times. That's a first down every time. That's almost 5 yards.
Back.
Monty's back. He's our 4th down guy. I think we should use him sparingly. 3rd down, 4th down. That's what I think we should do. I think we should highlight have Gibbs as our bell cow. What do you guys think? Oh, sorry about that, Nate. I know you're a good-looking guy, but sorry about that.
You're good.
I'm used to producing all the time, right?
No, you're good. I think they talked about the way that the running backs are going to be spelled. I definitely would see a higher load for Gibby, because he's fresh and he's played. Monty's coming back, but I like the idea of using Monty in your 3rd and short situations and your goal line situations for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take your time with him. Like, he's still coming back. You don't want to put him out there and run him crazy. And Gibby's playing so well that he's a 3-down back. So Monty is going to be more of the spell for Gibby, in the sense where he'll come in on a 3rd and shorts. He'll come in to give Gibby a rest, or he'll come in for the goal lines for sure. I definitely see that situation.
See, that's what I got, Lance. I got 31-26, so that's my score.
Oh, wow.
So let me ask you guys this question, because David Montgomery was supposed to have season-ending knee surgery when it first happened. Was it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, like when his injury first happened? And now he is back. You guys are prepared, thinking that, like, I think everybody's kind of on the same boat, that this is going to be a blowout. Would you even risk putting him on the field at all and just give him an extra week to prepare, to get ready for potentially the best defense in the NFL and the Eagles, or one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and like the Rams? Because you have to think long-term, bigger aspirations, just not winning a divisional crown, not just winning a NFC championship, but a Super Bowl. You need him in the Super Bowl more than you need him now.
The reality is that, if you're not on the injury report, you're good to go. You've told the doctors whatever you've told them. You told Dan whatever you've told them. I'm sure they've asked him multiple times, are you okay? Are you sure you're good? And he said, yeah, I'm good. If he says he's ready to go and he's good, strap him up and let's go. Now, how we use him is a different story. That's the main thing. Is I don't think they're going to run him out there and put him as a bell cow like they were doing before.
Right. He's not questionable. He's not doubtful. Let's go. I mean, they don't have to give him 15, 20 carries. Maybe not 8 to 10. Yeah.
So
Greg done great in his absence. So, maybe
I
we
saw
can.
That comment that he's squatting 700 pounds, right? Listen, a tear, it is not the movement of the knee; it's the cutting left and right. That is the issue. You can run straight down. Hell, you can tear your ACL, MCL, and like PCL, but you can run straight downhill. You can squat. It is the cutting left and the cutting right. That's where the injury affects you, right? It's the left and right like action. So who cares about squatting 700 pounds if you can't cut and go?
But he's a north-south runner. He's not a guy that you want to go east and west. Gibby's the guy that goes east and west. I want Monty to go north and south because the truth is he really should only be in there on third short situations, 4-down situations, and goal line situations. Like Gibby is a 3-down back now. He, as much as people don't want to admit it, it's the truth. He can block. You can put him in passing. He can run on every down. He is your 3-down back, and Monty is now number 2. It's just what it is.
Yep. So what are you guys, we got 8 minutes to the game, so what's your keys to the victory? Or we'll end up with Buck last, and then we'll get a whole bunch of. Actually, let's start with Buck first.
Yeah, the game's still got
a reaction here, guys. This is a live interactive show, so please leave your comments and make sure you subscribe to all these guys' podcasts. You got One Ass Cheek and Two Toes and Man Hour. You can see that Man Hour. It's pretty popular, guys. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Guy, and subscribe to C&G podcast too. That's a great Bears podcast for sure.
Yeah, they were really good. Yeah.
Yep. So you start off, Buck.
So the one key to victory for me is to weather the first drive. I anticipate this game being a lot like the Detroit Lions, the Bills and Broncos game from last week. The Broncos are going to come out. And they scored, right? So I think the Commanders are going to come out. They're going to come out hot, and they're going to drive right down the field, and they're going to score the first touchdown of the game, being 7-0. There are going to be all those Lions haters out there, like, oh, look at this, you guys aren't prepared. And then like believe it was Nate said it. Then there'll be a little feel out session. Come halfway through the second quarter, the Lions are going to pour it on. They're going to do a flea flicker pass or a fake trip in the back zone type of play, and it is going to be over, right? So, first of all, the key to the victory is to weather the first drive. Do not get excited. Don't play out of your realm, right? And continue what you do. The Lions are the most well-balanced offense in all of NFL. They can run you. They can pass you. Hell, they could spike the ball, spike it up 20 yards down the field and complete a pass, right? They do what they do. The issue is going to be on the defensive side of the ball. Are they ever going to contain Jaden Daniels? And I want to see 5-6 guys bringing pressure. Like, let your cornerback eat, right? The guy that like had his jaw broken a few weeks ago, like, is he back? Davis. I haven't looked at the injury.
He's out for the year.
Oh, so he's out for the year. Okay, yeah. So let your cornerbacks get a little taste of some good receiver play, because you're going to play good receiver play when the Rams beat the Eagles tomorrow afternoon. So bring pressure, weather the storm, and that's all you got to do. Just continue what you do, and they'll be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. And then give me the scores for tomorrow too. Who do you think, Buck?
So the scores tomorrow for me, I want to pick the Rams, but I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm picking all the home teams. I think the Eagles win it 13-10. I think it's a low-scoring game. It's supposed to snow. It's supposed to be cold. That kind of eliminates Puka and Kupp a lot in that game. Saquon's going to eat. And then the Bills and then the Ravens game, I'm picking the Buffalo Bills just because I do not trust Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. He still has that playoff monkey on his back. He just, for some reason, he doesn't perform, and the play calling just changes, right? All season long, it's run. And then all of a sudden, like last year in the AFC championship game, they threw the ball for 45 times and rushed for 8? Why? Stupid. So give me the Buffalo Bills and the Eagles. I think the Bills game is going to be, let's say, 29-27.
I'm going to go next here, and then Nate, and then we'll finish off with my co-host there. So this weekend's games, the records are 33-3. So for the home teams, so basically all the home teams are basically going to win this weekend. So I wouldn't bet against a road team coming in and winning this weekend. I had, like Lance said, I think the score is 31-26. He said 27. But I do believe it's going to be a really good game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of turnovers, maybe, but we're going to run the ball down their throat. I think it's going to be more conservative game. It's not going to be one of these high-flying shootouts that you always see. This is NFL playoff divisional round football, guys. So I see Gibbs over 100. We have guys. We have like we got 4 players that have 1,000 yards. It's unbelievable. And when I was in the chat the other day, I said, okay, guys, top 10 Lions receivers. Guess who's at number 6 already? Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he's on his 4th year. So that tells you how bad this team has been for drafting wide receivers in the last 30 or since their existence. So, you know, you got Johnny Morton there sitting at 6,000 yards, and we just got to get out the schneid. So the last time we were very good, we had Herman Moore, Brett Perriman, and then Johnny Morton, and the list goes down. Those receivers were good. Now we finally got some receivers with J-Mo and Laporte. Well, he's not a receiver, but Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nate, give us your take on what you think about the games tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, just real quick to highlight what the Lions need to do. I think they need to win the third down percentage on both sides. They need to be able to execute on offense and stop on defense when they're the best team in third down defense percentage and red zone defense. If they're scoring field goals and we're scoring touchdowns, do the math. We're going to win easily. Dan Campbell's going to go for it. Just get ready. It's going to happen. We're not kicking field goals unless we absolutely have to. As far as for tomorrow's games, that Eagles-Rams is going to be an interesting matchup. I think it's going to be tough for Stafford to win a game when he's going to have a lot of pressure, a lot of blitzing on his butt. And I just think the Eagles are going to do enough to win the game. So I have it probably like 20-23. I think the Eagles squeak it out. And then as far as Baltimore and the Ravens, I mean, that's a toss-up. But I'm going to go with Buffalo. I think that Buffalo and the Lions are on a crash course for the Super Bowl. I really do. And I think that's what the world wants to see. 2 teams have never won a Super Bowl have a chance to play in one. And they don't want to see the Chiefs. So no offense, sorry.
It's true. They don't want to see the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but I think it's on a crash course for that. So yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right, my turn. This is the 2024-25 revenge tour for the Detroit Lions, right? So we've beat a lot of teams that have beat us in the past in key games within the last couple of years. I got the Detroit Lions winning 41-17 tonight. I think the keys to the game is Detroit needs to score a lot, which I believe they will. I don't see Washington's defense getting us off the field that many times. On defense, slow down the quarterback, slow down the run, because that's really what they're going and trying to do. The receivers are good, at least the one guy, 17. Who is it, Bucky? Who's number 17?
Terry, isn't it? Yeah.
He's good. Yeah. So they may want to double team him with the safety. I see it being a good game, real close, but I think the third quarter, Detroit puts their foot down and it's over. The next 3 games, I got the Chiefs, I got the Ravens, and I'll take the Eagles. I want the Eagles. We've been hearing all year long the Eagles are the best. Philly's the best. Philly's good here. Philly's got the greatest defense. I want them next week, and I want them at Ford Field, and I want to finally settle this debate. Who's the best? I don't want the Rams. I don't want Stafford. I don't want all the stories we had last year. I want the Eagles.
And talk about revenge. They beat us.
We owe them one. We owe them one. Right. And that was 96
years ago. Yeah.
Well, for the record, they won't be 100% coming into Ford Field, so they'll have the excuse of we're injured.
Yeah. So, guys, enjoy the game. Make sure you subscribe to Bucky's page there, Man Hour, and One Ass Cheek and 3 Toes. And this is the Detroit Lions news show with the Gridiron guys. Little bonus video. We had Glover Quinn on. We've had 10 former players on, and we do. I produce on Wednesday at 7:45 Eastern, and we have Ted Brath on. He's a really great with John Macaroon and a lot of special guests.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I mean, I think doing the Detroit Lions show, the fans out there are passionate. one of a kind. And so appreciate the work that you guys doing. Appreciate you guys having me on. I do Believe in Lions podcast on the Believe Network with my co-host Jack Kavanaugh, who's actually from Canada as well. And we talk pre-game, post-game. We do a preview show some point in the week before the next game, and then we talk today already after the game. But I just want to say, like, Detroit is a great city, man. I got love for Detroit. Something about the people out there that I just loved.
Yeah, well said. You can't say anything better than that.
Well, like I said, for the 16 people, man hour, because he responds to you all the time. I chirp him all the time, and I hate Kansas City, but we have their number, don't we, Nate? We have their number.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun when we play them again.
Okay. Now we're down to 11. See you guys. Go Lions. One
Go
pride.
Lions.
Congratulations, Bach.